Hey everyone, this is Jason312. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I deleted my old game and started a new one for two reasons. One, I couldn't figure out why I was unable to make maneuver nodes. Turns out I was being kind of silly because I did not upgrade mission control, which is a requirement, and the tracking station. I had the tracking station upgrade, but did not have the mission control upgrade. So now I've got both of those. They're both level 2, so now I can actually do flight planning, which means I can make maneuver nodes. I also want to let you know that I did do things a bit differently in this game. First of all, on the tourist contracts, okay. Apparently I don't have any. But on the tourist contracts for this playthrough, I didn't have any issues. Valentina Kerman did not die. I didn't lose any tourists, so, you know, that's a plus. And my reputation's increased. I've also gone to the administration building and got unpaid research program, which takes a 5% reputation gain and yields 1 science for each 2.5 reputation gain. So I will now get additional science for each bit of reputation I gain. And for some reason my sound just cut out, so give me a minute here. Okay, there it is. Just making sure it still works. It went quiet on me. Had me a little worried. Okay, so for this mission, I actually need to go gather some more science. And at this point, I'm just clicking on random buildings to keep the screen changing. I do apologize about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a rover and drive around the Kerbal space program area and gather the science. So that's what we're going to do for this video. I started it, I believe, on my last video, but I never finished it because of the issues I was having with the program. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do. Gonna get things set up here nice and even. Go. Get my wheel put up here. One wheel. I don't need two. One, thank you. Let's just zoom in. I gotta keep an eye on my... Okay. There we go. Symmetry. Symmetry, symmetry, symmetry. It is always needed. Okay, now, with this setup, I can actually probably get away with... where's it? There's its tail fin. I don't need wings, but I need a way to steer, and I need stability. So I better go ahead and get some delta wings, just in case. Put them a little high like that. And let's add some of those with some air intake, and we'll add a couple in. We'll add 3 engines. Because it is needed. Okay. That takes care of that. So now the rover's pretty much done for the most part, except for... Let's go ahead and get a communitron on this thing. I'm doing that because I actually want to go ahead and just transmit the crew reports. I don't want to sit there and hold on to them in the command pod. That's just extra work. I have to sit there and do a crew report, take it out, store it back in the capsule, do another crew report, blah, blah, blah. It's easier just to do crew report, transmit. Plus, since I've got 3 engines that'll power the ship, it's not that big of a deal. And for this run, we will want our scientist so that he can restore all of our sciencey stuff. Now, Obviously, for this launch, we don't want to go very fast, so we're going to decrease the throttle to literally almost nothing. Okay, there we go. Let me actually turn this down a smidge. There we go. Oh, helps if I was actually clicking. Helps if I actually click on the game before I start trying to move this spacecraft, doesn't it? Okay, let's go ahead and do our mystery gear here. Science Junior, because we're moving, but we're on the runway, and come on, crew report, transmit that one, hit the brakes, so I can gather that stuff. EVA, crew out. Okay, already got that EVA, so I want to land here. Guess it's not really land, but stand on the ship. Keep data. Collect data. Restore! Collect data. Restore! Okay. Break off, and then we'll go up to the spaceplane hangar. Okay. So it won't be this video, but it will be the next. This video, we're just going to solely collect science from the buildings around the Space Center. Next video, we will go back into orbit and redo that mission. So I've got that mission, see. Orbit Kerbal. And I have another one, which is take a crew report below 18,000 meters near Kerman's Trail. That one I'll probably also do next video, but for the most part right now, we're just going to worry about gathering science because that's what we need to continue with what we need to do. So let's go ahead and get the crew report. Keep the engines running so I gain charge. Report. Transmit. Yeah. But as long as the engines are running, it's fine. It's a most precarious situation. Yes, it is, especially with that engine running. Kind of feel like this thing can go off at any minute. Keep data, collect data, restore data, module, crap. Board. This thing is still trying to generate charge. Yes, it is. Okay, well, we'll let it do that for a while. Turn the brakes off. Why does it sit to orbit? I did not change my speed monitor. Why did it set itself to orbit? That's weird. Am I the only one that finds that weird? Reactivate the brakes. Review stored data EVA from KSC Material study. EVA. Crew report from Space Balloon Hangar. That one's the one I was trying to transmit, but it failed mid. Okay. Okay. You know what? Since I don't have that much power, and this thing doesn't generate that much power, I'm just gonna take data. Store experiments, do crew report. Get him back in here. Crew report, keep data, EVA, take, store. Now you see why I was wanting to just try to transmit, but that's apparently not going to happen. And this is a very long and tedious process, but it really helps if you are ever in need of science and do not have the rocketry required to go into either deep space or the moon. Now, I could probably build a very complex rocket if I wanted to go to the moon, but I just don't feel that it would be very efficient, and most likely with the parts I've got, I would end up crashing. Or not even getting high enough at all. Because that's what I've been finding. I tried to go into orbit off camera yesterday, and I found that I don't even have enough parts or fuel to even get into a standard orbit. Let's not do anything funny here. So that's kind of why I decided to go ahead and make this a science collecting video instead of a random montage of me crashing random ships into the ground. Just going from my past history and experiences with doing rockets on camera for you guys. Oh, and for some reason, if you have not already watched some of my previous videos, whatever. If you have not already watched my previous videos, what happened is I was doing tourist contracts, and I was making I was stacking a bunch of command capsules on top of each other to support the number of tourists I need and a pilot. And one of them actually ended in a fatality because I had left the flight, went back to the space center, and went back to the flight. So I was unable to revert the flight back to its original point to prevent the death of everybody, but that's what happened. And oddly enough, I didn't have that issue this time. And I say oddly enough because, well, stupid computer, stop it. And I say oddly enough because when Sci-Fi and I sat down and tried to do this, I kept destroying my ship and killing everybody. I just could not, for the life of me, get a decent run out of it. So I don't know if it was just my luck, or if I was doing something different, or anything like that, but it is what it is. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we've got. Cargo vessel. I think we should have enough to get the parts that I need to go to orbit. Yes, 51 science, and I only needed 40 some. So now I can do that. I needed the LV-909 Terrier and the FLT-400 fuel tank. So now I can do my orbit mission. So I was wrong. I'm going to actually have that done sooner for you guys than I expected. Always, always, always take science. And actually, I can do something different. I haven't done a build similar to this before. But we'll see how this works. I have a feeling it will. But it could also end disastrously, so I don't know. Yeah, knowing my luck. Okay. But we'll see how it works. We will see how it works. We'll at least launch it this video and get it back the next if all else fails and I run out of time. Okay, come on, give me my terrier. Thank you for being cooperative. Okay. Now, instead of doing a bunch of these fuel tanks, let's do... I think 5 was my number, so that's 4, and now 5. Yeah. It's not static. And now, here's the bigger question. Do I want... Let's make multiple stages here. Because I don't want the height to get too high, but I also don't want to have to sit there and... Okay, let's break this down. We'll only do 4 for this area. And then we'll have a main stage, which will be this one. 2. How high's the rocket? Okay, so I got plenty. It's just gonna be really, really long. Okay, 3. And then the Reliant. How many parts do I have? 22? This will be 26. And I'll have enough to put 2 boosters on this thing. To help with stability. Okay. There's my rocket. Bit excessive, but this can get me into orbit, this can get me back, and then this part can land. And we'll take Jebediah Kerman and Bob. Alright guys, let's see how this works. Whew, nighttime launch. This will be fun. Okay, boosters go. Activate this engine, because that is not enough lift. There we go. Now I can bring this down a little bit. I did not take that into consideration, how much this rocket would weigh. Oops. That was a mistake on my part. But I mean, we're not doing too bad. We're still going up slowly. Come on, who's flying this thing? Seriously. This thing is not wanting to cooperate. Though I am going relatively slow compared to what I normally would. Oop, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. No! We're going up. Okay, we're going to orbit at least. What the hell just happened? There we go. Okay, now I got a little more control. So now I can come down here. Now we'll go to map view. I don't know what just blew up, but we're going to ignore that. Turn my engines off. Apple apps. And get my maneuver nodes set. Let's get this. Okay, that's not going to work. Alright, fine. I will do this manually, folks. Keep an eye on my... do my stage only, that way I can keep an eye on my fuel. The Apple app's growing because I don't want it to be stay with the prograde vector. Okay, no, it's shrinking, so I need to. Oh, how do you feel on that stage? Okay, break off, go. So I need to... There we go. Hold there. And that will keep it nice and steady for me. Okay, it's getting out of hand, so let's bring it down. 18... Let's keep it 20. Let's go. There we go. Keep it there. Keep it right there. 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 30, 29. There we go. It's almost perfect. Could not even get more accurate than that. Alright, so guys, we're finally in orbit. I know you probably can't see because of the lighting here, but there's our ship. The outline of it right there. We still have plenty of fuel to get back, so we're going to do our experiments, gather some EVA stuff next video. And then return to Kerbal. But I'm actually out of time for this video, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you like this video, please click that like button down below. If you enjoy the content that's provided to you guys, please subscribe to the channel. There'll be plenty of more. And above all, thank you for watching, and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye!